Right guys, Mark Crossfield here with Coach Lockie in the car. The
Hello.
360 show with GolfOnline has gone on the road, Matt.
On the road.
It's like a road show. Like the Radio 1 ones used to do. We're talking golf pundits today.
Ooh.
Swing analysis, golf pundits. Lots to talk about it. I talk about them. We're just going to have a discussion. Got some questions from people about the state of punditry in our sport. What do you think of that, Matt?
This could be fun.
Should be fun. Let's get stuck in. Right, we're waiting for our tea time, Matt. We're on the road 360 showing.
We are.
We're actually at Fox Hills today. Golf punditry commentary is today's theme. I've got a few questions which we're going to talk about through the day. Have you got any issues with golf pundits, Matt?
Definites.
You don't. What's that mean? Go on.
There's always an answer to everything, isn't
Yeah,
there?
that's the one I struggle with the most. It's almost, I think it's quite a male thing.
Have to
If
be
you
right.
like, so if you break it down, it's not about golf. It's about like being a problem solver.
Yeah.
You know, which often the male role is like to be like to fix things. Like they show things from like a swing analysis super high speed camera, and they think. Well, I don't know if they think they see things or they have to say that they're seeing things. I mean, I'm a pretty experienced coach. I've been coaching for 20 years and I'm looking at it thinking, I'm not seeing that. So what is like your average Joe seeing? What do you think?
Yeah, like with the technology around these days as well, and working backwards, like cameras used to be the thing, didn't they? And now we've got launch monitors, and now that proves that cameras
Didn't
tell
show
you a lot, really. And they're still trying to say stuff that's like correct on TV from a camera.
Yeah.
Whereas it tells you really nothing.
Yeah, and I get that one a lot because I get people sending me swings and I do some videos trying to help people, but I have worked hard in the last couple of years of trying to stress the point that these are swing ideas I'm talking about. So I see these shapes from these kind of swings that people are sending me, and maybe they could try this. I can't see exactly what's wrong, but I'm pretty experienced to see patterns, and often they're not very kind of natural trademark looking swings. You know, I'm picking people that are making faults that I'm seeing every day. I get plenty of swings that people send to me and I think, I'd love to give you some help, but I can't see anything wrong with that. Unless you show me, I need a intention, I need some numbers, what shape shot you hit, and from video, I think the definites for me is a good one. That's the one I struggle with. That's the main point really, is the definites. And I mean, Dennis Pugh has recently, I've seen a few of his ones where he actually starts saying, we can't see what goes wrong here, but maybe this happened. And I actually like straight on Twitter saying, we're so refreshing to see someone pushing forward with some better knowledge. That's a good one, Matt. The other one I struggle with, and I know we've talked about this before, is, and I don't know if it's sensationalism, because the press likes sensationalism. You know, the closer I get to the media, which unfortunately I have to do now in the role I'm in, and I have to try not to, is they like a big headline rather than a true story almost. So with distances, I think it's within the favour of the transmission, the broadcast, to say Rory's hitting a 9-iron from 190, not to say this is downhill 20 yards, downwind 10. So Rory's hitting a 9-iron 160, which is what he hits a 9-iron. Like, well,
realistic.
I hit a 9-iron 140 if I jump on it, and he is 20 yards past me because he's 2 clubs longer than me, probably 1.5 to 2 clubs longer than me. And we've walked with him, and I've seen the clubs he's hitting, and I can see he's 1 to 2 clubs longer than me on the night. So I often see that, and you get it, people come into the shop the next day and they go, see Rory at 9-iron 190, I can't even hit my driver there. And I think it's so misleading for that player. Like, they're out on that range now trying to hit a 9-iron 190. And
I always find it funny when like amateur golfers think that there's a correct distance to hit a shot. And I think that might be something to do with the TV and the way that the broadcasters come across with distance and how far people hit it. But like, everyone hits it different. But the commentators take it to that next level, don't they?
But I don't understand if they're not quite understanding it, or it's too hard in the time they've got, so they get that shot flashed up in front of them quickly. They might not know that hole particularly or where the wind is, and they've got to say something. So in their defence, they've got to, they've got to
under pressure.
They've got to say something. But I think, and this is rich coming from me, right? If you don't know what to say, don't say anything. Yeah. Like, you could say something else. That was a good 9-iron Rory hit. 190, that's a long 9-iron. I wonder if wind and slope played a part there. Maybe we'll get back to you, because Wayne's on the old course and he's walked that hole. He'll tell us. Yeah. And then next shot, come back. Oh, that 9-iron for Rory was impressive. That was into the wind and uphill, so that's just mega distance. Or they would obviously say it's downwind and down. And again, so that's a bit of a definite, isn't it? Yeah. But I think that's a good one, Matt. That's a good one. Right, question answer time. You've got a few questions, Matt. Hit me. What have we got?
Johnny says, how useful are they? That's the cameras. Taking a single aspect of their swing and isolating it from the other movements that make it work. Hashtag ask AGG.
Do you understand that question?
I don't really understand that question, no.
So he's saying, say it again.
How useful are they, taking a single aspect of their swing and isolating it from the other movements that make it work?
Yeah, so he's saying, like, if they're focusing on the backswing only, you know, so like a takeaway position, how useful is that? Well, I totally agree. I think it's very not very effective at all. The other thing as well you've got to remember is, unless you know the shot intention, which often they don't,
keep right,
it's going to be
Heathrow Airport.
Thank you. It's going to be just very randomised. You've got 2D camera, you don't know what shot they're hitting, you've got no idea really what angle it's shot at. Yeah. And again, like we said earlier, we see definites around that, and I struggle with that as a coach, really. I just feel like I don't need them to give me a definite. We could have a general discussion, an open discussion about what is being seen, rather than you hear, if he's doing this, that's why it's done that. Well, how you don't know that? How do you know? Yeah. Good stuff. Next question. So we got one more question, Matthew, and feel free to post questions down below on this one. I think it's an interesting subject.
Question from Andrew.
Go on, Andrew.
How would you change golf TV coverage to make it better for golf fans and wider audience? Hashtag ask AGG.
That's a good question.
Do you know what I do?
Yeah, tell me.
Put us on
it. Unbiased.
Done. Muppets go
if
live.
You want an unbiased opinion, just ask me and Matt. I got another question for you, Matt. Who should be president, or who should be the leader, the next US leader? You?
Yeah.
Maybe us too.
Shall we? Should we live in Vegas as well?
What I would do is I would like to see some different opinions. Yeah. What we see generally is we see very much. I'm talking.
Does she not understand conversation?
You see very much the same opinion from everyone. Yeah. And I watch coverage and just think, that's not right. I would love to ask you why you think that. On it, let's have an open discussion about it. It doesn't have to be an argument. Let's have a discussion. Yeah. On 2 points, the audience gets a bigger piece of the pie, a bigger choice.
I just think they're so far behind, like, even just daytime programs. Like, they have a Twitter question answer, they've got live Twitters coming up. Why don't they do that?
I have no idea why they don't interact. It's just live with the audience more. I totally agree. Or even have a section that is more live. 100%.
Because they go to, like
because they're scrabbling around on that bit where they've got the coverage.
To wait for the coverage to start again.
They're scrabbling for things to do.
Like, they put some, like, a bit of tuition based stuff in there, or a bit of fun content, or I don't know, anything.
So I would like to see some different opinions, even some different kind of age opinions. I would like to see much more interaction. Yeah. I'd like to see not them up there and us down here. Because they put themselves on that pedestal, we don't particularly. Yeah. And I think that's a shame. If they're going to put themselves on a pedestal, it just feels a bit them be us a bit sometimes. So that's what I would like to see. What would you like to see? Post comments down below. I'd love to hear more about what you think could be done to improve. Obviously as well, people talk about, say, sometimes you only get to see lots of putts. well, if you're watching in UK, let's say you're watching by Sky, for instance, they're not controlling the pictures that are coming to them, they're just showing them. That's difficult. Also, they're probably finding it hard to find the pictures of the players we want to see, because it's an American broadcast that they're getting their pictures from, as I believe. So I would like to see more shots. The thing I don't like sometimes is I wish they would stay with a tee shot. So you've got 3 players hitting, all in contention.
Yeah.
One hits and then they go off to someone holding a putt.
Yeah.
Let's record that. Well, let's stay with 3 tee shots in a row.
Yeah.
And get a bit of a feel for them, their conversation with the caddy. They might talk about what they're seeing.
Yeah.
And then go to that putt. Like you literally, you see a tee shot sometimes, and then you see that group on the green, and you think, well, I don't even know how Rose and Horschel got there.
Yeah.
What club did they get
all a bit scrambled again.
Yeah, so I would like to see a little bit more continuity. Sky are very good at doing featured groups when it's in Europe.
Yeah.
And then we're just following that group, and you do see all the shots.
Yeah, that's more
they're controlling
the majors again, isn't it? Like featured group and stuff like that.
But your average weekday event, I just think, well, I've not seen his tee shot, and all of a sudden we're now on the green, and like, oh, well, that looked like a tough par 3, for instance. I wanted to see how he was doing that. There you go, post comments down below. I quite like this episode, 360 show with Coach Lockie on the road.
On the road.
There's the road.
There it is.
That's a Rose.
Currently jammed.
Jammed at 8:20 in the evening, 8:30 in the evening on a Friday. Is bank holiday.
Yeah.
Why did I ever agree to come here? That was a mistake.